it's just a few short weeks ago that I was standing here with pretty much the same crowd, I think, in the room, telling you that we were ready for our primary, and here we are. And John and I were talking a few minutes ago. This is the real sprint, and again, I've got on my 4-inch running heels, and I'm running faster than I've run the entire little over a year that I've been doing this, but we're excited, and I owe all of you in this room just a very, very big thank you so much for all of your continued support. We still have a ways to go, and we look forward to getting through this last run here and hopefully having a big victory on July 13th, and then we can move on to November so we can win this seat back. You know, I spent a lot of time over the past year telling people who I am and what I believe and why I want to represent you in Congress. And now I want to lay out for you what I believe are the roadmap to a better America. 4 priorities that I believe we can get this country back on track. And we're going to start by talking about we need jobs, jobs, jobs. We need to get Alabama's 2nd Congressional District back to work. And as I travel and have traveled throughout the district over the past year, that is a overriding theme to everything else going on in our country, or where are the jobs. What the current administration has proposed and has done with the stimulus is not working. It is not working. And Congress is passing legislation, cap and trade, the health care bill, that is creating more and more uncertainty for those that have the ability to create jobs. It is not the government's job to expand our economy. It is the private sector's job to expand our economy. That is what makes our country great. Yet our government right now is stifling the businessman's ability to do so. And so we need to make sure that we elect people who understand that we need to get government off our back. We need to keep our taxes low. We need to give our businesses the ability to go and grow the economy. We need to make sure that we repeal legislation like cap and trade, that health care is made more affordable, more portable, more accessible, but not the health care bill that is in Congress right now. And by the way, I have signed a pledge to repeal the health care bill. We absolutely have to reduce our dependence on foreign oil, and we have got to improve our education system so that we can ensure a solid workforce in which these jobs can come from. And you know, Heather's here today and a consistent member of this group, and we all here in the Montgomery and River Region area understand so much the importance of our education system and how that relates to the creation of jobs. But the U.S. Department of Education is not the answer. I would like to see a day where the U.S. Department of Education cease to exist in its current form. They are stifling our local Board of Education and our parents' ability to make choices when it comes to the education of our children. And that is a serious, serious problem that I will continue to work toward. I have a proven record on the City Council that has been tested. In 2008 alone, I stood up against 5 proposed tax increases. I consistently have stood up against increasing budget and spending, which is exactly where we need to go in order to make sure that we can continue to grow our economy and get jobs back in the 2nd Congressional District. We need a smaller, leaner government. And some of this, it all comes together and is an overlay of the other. But look, what is going on in Washington? They are addicted to spending. And I've told all of you in this room, and some of you I've told over and over and over again, that I'm running for Congress because I'm absolutely appalled at the current leadership in Washington. They spend and spend money. that we do not have, and they are leaving an unbelievable debt for my children and my children's children. We have got to scale back the government and reduce government spending. We need to balance the budget, and we need to root out waste and inefficiency. And there are several ways to do that. I've already pointed you to my record on the City Council, but I'd like to say that in my opposition to tax increases, in my opposition to budgets that expanded government in Montgomery, I'm here today proud to tell you that in the last fiscal year I did support a budget that cut spending by $9 million, and we put $3 million back in the reserve, and we did so all without raising one single tax. And that's the exact kind, albeit on a smaller scale, but the exact kind of leadership that we need up in Washington to stand up and say, no, we're going to root through this budget, find the ways to get rid of it, and make